UFC Fight Night, Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura is coming up this Saturday. So I'm going to give my predictions of this card from top to bottom, minus 2 fights. The boring women's fights. I just don't care for a lot of women's fights, unless it's like the good championship fights. But starting off, we're going to go with Charlampos Gregorio versus Chad Analiger. I'm going with Gregorio. Okay, first off, Analiger's 37. He's 5'6". He's a little bit. He's kind of small. A lot of like fat. Looks like the guy could like diet more and then cut down to 125. He's like a small bantamweight. Like, I think he looks in that octagon. He looks smaller than like Henry Cejudo, and that's hard to fucking do. And I watched one of his fights. The guy, he has good movement. He has good combinations. He's accurate. He has heat in his hands. I just think that like he has a bit of a lazy jab. And Gregorio, I think he's big. He's a good muscular guy. I think he's going to be more physically imposing. He's younger. And Analiger's got a bit of a lazy jab, you know. He kind of like throws it out and it kind of goes back down to his waist. He kind of keeps it low by his waist always. Kind of has in and out movements. I just think that Gregorio is going to be able to take advantage of that, and you know, maybe like slip a jab and then come over the top with a big right hand. I don't know. Analiger's good, but I think he's old, and with that sloppy jab, he has pretty short arms. I just don't see much that he could probably do better than Gregorio, who's younger and probably fat. From what I can see, he's faster. So I think Charlampos Gregorio is probably gonna catch him, maybe in the first or the second round, with a perfect straight right, and I think he's gonna put him out. Charlampos Gregorio, round 1 or 2, TKO. We are skipping this one. I'll give like a short-winded prediction. Jacqueline Amorim. No, I'm not betting on Jacqueline Amorim. Corey McKenna. I can't bet on Jacqueline Amorim because she got shit on by Sam Hughes in her debut. And when Sam Hughes fought Yasmin, can't pronounce the last fucking name, she got pieced the fuck up and worked. So I'll go with Corey McKenna. Danny Silva versus Josh Culibao. I'm going to go with Danny Silva. I like Josh Culibao. Fun fighter. But the fight that I saw in the Contender Series, that the pace that Danny Silva put, I mean, just look at the SIG strike landed and his accuracy. 13.6 landed a minute. 64.94% accuracy. His fight, it was such a fucking high pace. And his opponent, Pacheco, was really good too. Here's the thing. His opponent, Angel Pacheco, had the reaction that someone would normally have when fighting on that high of a pace. You know, someone who has his grit, but is normal, like cardio wise, would have in a fight like Danny Silva had with him. You know, tends to get a little bit sloppier, but still throwing high output, sloppier, weaker punches, but still very high output, still landing. Danny Silva, I don't know if he trains at like I don't know if he like trains on the moon and his body has just learned to no longer require oxygen and it just operates. His muscles don't need to recover like at all. But he put on a fucking pace and hold on to get a sip of water. It was a little bit more than a sip. He put on a fucking pace, and throughout all 3 of those rounds, when he was, every shot he landed had a pop. He kept his pop in every single one of his shots, all the way through. The guy didn't slow down, and it seemed like he kept landing harder and harder the more the fight went on. The guy's capable of a fucking crazy pace. I don't see anything that Josh Keeley-Bao has that can deal with that. Josh Keeley-Bao is a little bit weak to the body. Lerone Murphy exploited that in their last fight. Lerone Murphy kind of fucked them up a bit in their last fight. And dude, based on what I've seen Danny Silva do, I don't know if Lerone Murphy would be doing that to Silva. So I'm going with Danny Silva by fucking either round 1 TKO or fucking 3-round brutal beatdown. Next up, Mitch Ramirez versus Thiago Moises. I was really considering picking Mitch Ramirez because his only loss is to Carlos Prates. But after seeing what Trevin Giles was able to do to Prates, and after seeing how Giles was working Prates for most of that fight until he got chinned by the fucking uncanny power of Prates, I don't know. Then again, Giles is bigger, Giles is longer, more experienced. Mitch Ramirez is 5'11". I don't know. Mitch Ramirez is kind of a big 170. He's taking this fight at lightweight against Moises. I think. Fuck. I don't know. I'll go with Thiago Moises. I just think what I've seen from Mitch Ramirez, just that loss to Carlos Prates. Yeah, Prates is knocked out Trevin Giles. He was getting pieced up for most of that fight, and then while Carlos Prates was getting pieced up by Trevin Giles, Mitch Ramirez was getting pieced up by Carlos Prates. I don't know. I just don't think Mitch Ramirez has shown anything that shows he's really like at that level of a guy like Thiago Moises. Like if it was a guy like Brad Riddell, I might be more inclined to be like, okay, I can see him winning. But Mitch Ramirez, no, I'm going with Thiago Moises by either unanimous decision or probably submission. Jafel Filo, Ode Osborne. I'll go with Jafel Filo. Jafel Filo was almost able to sub Muhammad Makayev. But then again, so was literally everybody. Ode Osborne got slept by Tyson Nam, who's now been cut, which I don't even agree with. I thought Tyson Nam beat Azat Maxim, but whatever. Azat Maxim sucks anyways. I just think from what I've seen of both, I like Jafel Filo. I like what Jafel Filo has to offer more, and I can trust in it more. Ode Osborne, he got subbed by Asu Almabayev. Now granted, Asu Almabayev's a fucking Kazakh beast. You know how all those guys from that region are. You will never out-wrestle them, and you will never fucking beat them. Unless you're Mahan Makayev, then as long as you're above the level of Alex Perez and Tim Elliott, you will 100% be able to out wrestle them 10 times out of 10. Tatsuro Taira, I think he destroys Mahan Makayev on the ground, but that's not the point. I just think Ode Osborne, close fight with Charles Johnson, subbed by Asulan Mabayev, all this and that. I just think Jafel Filo is going to be able to sub him. I think Jafel Filo's got good jiu-jitsu. I'm going Jafel Filo. Late round 1 armbar. Chelsea Chandler versus Josiny Nunez. I'm going with Josiny Nunez by Chelsea Chandler running through the cage door and out the arena. I think this time in this fight Nunez is gonna land like a big right, and then Chelsea Chandler is gonna stumble back, and she's gonna run into the cage like she did last time, except it's gonna be the door. It's gonna bust open, and she's gonna fall down the stairs. She's gonna be so scared she just runs straight out the arena, and Nunez is just gonna do a backflip or something. I don't know. Chelsea Chandler's fucking, I don't know. This one, Mike Davis versus Natan Levy. I'm going with Mike Davis. I think if you watched both of these guys fight, then it's not even a question, Mike Davis. I watched Natan Levy's fight against Mike Breeden, and I watched him and Mike Breeden have a back and forth war. Him almost get finished by Mike Breeden. Him get rocked and wobbled by Mike Breeden, hurt to the body. And then I watched Mike Davis versus Mason Jones, and I watched Mike Davis fucking go to war with Mason Jones and eat every shot Mason Jones threw at him. And I watched him slip and duck a lot of the shots too. Natan Levy, he's not bad. He's not bad by any means. He's pretty decent. Mike Davis is just so much better from what I've seen. Mike Davis has fucking awesome boxing. The guy trained at Custom Autos Gym. The one that Mike Tyson trained at. And I don't know, I guess he picked up Mike Tyson's head movement because his head movement's really fucking good. Yeah, in the Mason Jones fight, he was getting clipped and hit with a lot of shots. But he was making Mason Jones miss so much. Dude, he's so good. His boxing is so crisp. He's so diverse on the feet. He can switch it up. He can switch his game plan, take it to the ground whenever he wants. Natan Levy, he's just, I don't think he's as good of a boxer. He's a good boxer, but I don't think he's as good with his boxing. I don't think he has. I think even when he rocks someone, he fucks the finish up. Because he'll be like, oh, this is my chance to get a super cool spinning wheel kick KO. And he'll fucking miss the spinning wheel kick, and that's just like, oh, this gives me time to like circle out. This gives me time to shoot in. This gives me time to after he's, setting himself back up after that kick, I can clinch. Natan Levy's good. I think Mike Davis is just a lot better. And Natan Levy was getting hurt to the body at times by Mike Breeden. And Mike Davis has ripping body shots and combinations. The way I see it going is I see Mike Davis like double fake a jab, throw a real jab with a right hand behind it, kind of wobble the Levy, throw a left hook to the body, and then throw a right uppercut and put Levy and drop Levy, and then just ground and pound TKO after that. That's what I see happening in the first or the second round. I don't think Levy's going to last long enough with Davis to go in the third round. But I think double fake jab, real jab, followed up by 2 that rocks Levy. Left hook to the body, right uppercut, drops Levy, and then Mike Davis lands vicious ground and pound to put him out and win via TKO first or second round. That's the combination I think is going to happen. Next up, we got Gerald Meerschaert versus Brian Barberena. I'm going with Gerald Meerschaert. Why is Brian Barberena at 185? Can I zoom in? Can I? What the fuck is this? He looked like this at welterweight. Why is he moving up? This motherfucker should be moving down. He's just so fat. Why is he so fat? Why is he moving up? Tell this motherfucker to move down to lightweight, dude, and then take his career seriously. I just think Gerald Meerschaert. I mean, Brian Barberena is getting taken down by Makhmud Muradov, getting controlled. Gerald Meerschaert, fucking violent. I'm not gonna say violated. He basically exposed Makhmud Muradov's ground game. I'm going Gerald Meerschaert via the GOAT, the greatest middleweight of all time. I'm going Gerald Meerschaert via his mythical status. Round 3 Meerschaert. I think he's gonna show his. I think he's gonna look normal, do his classic his classic boxing. He'll always lean back and avoid the shots. It'll look cool. Also, I thought Gerald Meerschaert beat Andre Petroski. I thought he beat him, but it's whatever. Petroski then got smoked by Michel Pereira, and well, we know Michel Pereira smokes both of these guys. So I'm going Gerald Meerschaert round 3 sub. I think round 3 sub or TKO. I think Gerald Meerschaert. Oh, actually, Gerald Meerschaert. Every win he's gotten in the UFC has been a sub. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let's look at this real quick. Submission. Oh, I didn't think he got a KO. Okay, he has. Okay, so submission win, KO, submission. Yeah, every one he's gotten has been a submission. I'm going back really quick. Yeah, so I think I'll go Gerald Meerschaert by 3rd round submission. First 2 rounds, he's going to jab, just paw at him, kind of jab like 1-2s, and he's going to slip out of the way of all of Brian Barberena's shots. He's going to slip, lean, and then circle out. And yeah, and then in the 3rd round, he's going to activate his GOAT status and then just fucking sub him. He's going to do fucking Gerald Meerschaert flying inverted upside down 4th dimensional Kimura. I don't know what that even means, but Gerald Meerschaert via bow and arrow choke. I don't know how he's gonna do it without a gi on Brian Barberena, but Gerald Meerschaert, his GOAT status is gonna cause him to summon a gi on Brian Barberena, so he can get the bow and arrow choke. Okay. Macy Chiasson versus Penny Kianzad. I don't care. This one I do care. Isaac Dolgarian versus Christian Rodriguez. I want to pick Christian Rodriguez, but I know I shouldn't. Fuck it, I'm picking Christian Rodriguez. I just think Christian Rodriguez, I don't know, I just think he's beat Cameron Simon, who's on a 3-fight win streak. But the thing is, he's missed weight badly in his last 2 fights, where he beat probably got 2 of his best wins. Cameron Simon and Raul Rosas Jr. were both undefeated when he fought them, and he beat them both. And those are his best wins, but he missed weight bad both times. I just think that Isaac Dogarian is a really good wrestler. He has really good ground and pound. But I think the guy he fought and was able to take down in control, I just think Christian Rodriguez, the grappling and the jiu-jitsu and just the exchanges on the ground, I just see him being able to just somehow lock up. I just see him being able to lock up a submission, and I just think on the feet too. From what I've seen on the feet, he was able to he was piecing up Cameron Simon. Yeah, I'm going with Christian Rodriguez. I'll say Christian Rodriguez round 2 guillotine choke. I think what he can do is he could probably latch up a submission. Like, I think he's gonna get either a guillotine or a what's it called? A ninja choke. I don't know. I just think I've seen more from Christian Rodriguez to believe in him. But then again, there's always asterisks next to it. Yeah, he was a fucking huge bantamweight, but is he gonna be that huge at featherweight? I don't know. I love water. Next up, Kennedy Nzechukwu, Ovince St. Preux. I'm going with Nzechukwu. He's just round 1 KO. Ovince St. Preux is fucking 40, dude. He's 40. What? Why are we even talking about this like it's a question? He's fucking 40, dude. He's 40, and it's not like it's different from Andrei Arlovsky, who's also 40. Andrei Arlovsky is at least good enough to beat some of the guys. Ovince St. Preux, he's just fucking old. And Nzechukwu is taller, bigger, longer, younger. He's beat better competition. Yeah, Kennedy Nzechukwu, round 1 KO. Ovince St. Preux is just fucking old and shit now. I mean, if we were talking like maybe like a 34-year-old Ovince St. Preux, I might be like, oh, Kennedy Nzechukwu, he's a little bit chinny. But he's 40. He's been out for a while too. But he did pop recently. He did pop for PEDs recently. So, I don't know. He did pop for PEDs in, like, December or November, I thought. Or he popped. And so he was out for a bit. Because he had a bout with, I think, Ion Cutelaba. And had to get canceled, had to get scrapped because he popped. So I don't know. Maybe if he comes juiced up, he might be able to put it on Nzechukwu and sleep him, because Nzechukwu has a suspect chin because he's so big and and he cuts weight. But from what I can tell, Kennedy Nzechukwu round 1 KO. That's what I'm going with. I might change my prediction based on what I see when they walk out. Or what I see during the weigh-ins. Like if I look at the weigh-ins and then Ovince St. Preux is fucking cut and is making weight with ease, then I'm like, oh fuck, he's juiced up. But next up, Bryan Battle versus Angelusa. I'm gonna go with Angelusa. I like what I've seen from him. He's fucking good. He's a big, strong, explosive welterweight. He has a good chin. that'll just randomly fail him at times. The guy was able to go 3 rounds with JDM. But in the 3rd round against Reese McKee, when he gets clipped once, he starts to crumble and almost gets finished. I think, but like, Brian Battle, and I know it's wrong to use MMA math, but Brian Battle got rocked bad by AJ Fletcher, and Angelusa beat the fuck out of AJ Fletcher. And also, AJ Fletcher has like the tiniest fucking arms. He has like a 65-inch reach. And Angelusa has a 74-inch reach. Yeah, Angelusa still had a reach disadvantage, but I think with the way Brian Battle stands, he's a little bit like stiff with his head movement, doesn't move a lot. I think Angelusa's bigger, stronger. I think he hits harder. I just think Angelusa's going to be able to catch him and maybe knock him out. I think I'll go with Angelusa with either round 2 KO or unanimous decision. I don't know why. I just don't see it happening in round 3, but that might bite my ass on that. But, you know. Yeah, I just trust in Angelusa. I think he can do it. Angelusa, round 2 TKO, or it's a unanimous decision. Ty, Bam Bam, Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura. Listen, we've seen Ty Tuivasa in this position before. He's in a bad spot. Okay. He's in a bad spot. 3 losses in a row. What happened last time he went on a 3-fight losing streak? He turned it around with a fucking 5-fight win streak. Except he's number 9 ranked. So you know what that means. Tai Tuivasa is going to beat Marcin Tybura. He's going to knock him out. He's going to knock out Jailton Almeida. Okay. He's then going to knock out Curtis Blades. He's going to get his title shot. He's going to knock out John Jones. And he's going to get a title defense in a rematch against Cyril Gane. And he's going to go down as the heavyweight GOAT. Probably not. But I do see him winning this bout. The guy said he's like never lifted weights in his career. So I think if he can start like lifting more, he's probably going to be stronger. And Marcin Tybura is like 30. Like, look, he's 38. Tai Tuivasa's young. He's 30. I just think Tai Tuivasa gets a... I think he KOs him in the 1st round. I just think Tai Tuivasa's better. I think he's faced better strikers, and he's been... He was able to drop Cyril Gane. And he's got some good low kicks. I think he's going to be able to chop at the leg of Tybura. And then I think he's going to get a big... I think... when Tybura tries to step in, he's going to be able to slip and then big, tight counter hook. And I think he's going to put Tybura out cold. And, yeah, that's my predictions. That's all I have. Peace.